Okay, good morning, Year 4. Today is Thursday, the 4th of February. Now, thinking back to yesterday's lesson, you were set the task of planning a piece of writing from 3 possible sentence openers. Okay, now I know that Lily Parry was the first person to unscramble my letters and she figured out that the word was alliteration. Now, we learnt about alliteration yesterday, and Miss Prince was very, very sly, and her challenge was, can you write a definition um, for alliteration? Can you remember what the word meant? Okay, and that was your challenge. So, your warm up for today to get that brain ticking over is, can you write a definition for alliteration, a simile, and an onomatopoeia? So can you write 3 sentences that explains what each of those 3 features are? Now, if you need to revisit yesterday's video to help you with this, feel free, because I did very, very quickly have a whistle-stop tour where I went through each of those techniques very fast. Okay, so if you need to revisit those by watching yesterday's video, that's fine. Please write them down, send them in with the rest of your work. Can't wait to see what you come up with. So your learning question today is, can I use a range of literary techniques in my writing? So yesterday your task was to plan a piece of creative writing. Today your task is to write a piece of creative writing, okay? So remember, you had 3 story starters that you could choose one from. You can choose to write it in the form of a letter, a poem, a story, or a short story. And please remember to use powerful vocabulary. But I want to have a look at what you can come up with using your own imagination. So whilst we were planning yesterday, I didn't really give you all that much help, did I? I showed you what I had come up with for my plan for one of the story starters, but I really wanted to see what you guys could think up of, because I think it's really important that you will have a go at writing from your own imagination. So I wanted to see what what ideas and thoughts you had for your piece of writing. Okay, so today you're going to use that plan to help you to write your text, whatever it is that you chose from the list of 4 behind me. Okay, so again, your learning question for today is looking at literary techniques. So that'll be things like expanded noun phrases, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, fronted adverbials. It could be similes, alliteration, onomatopoeia, okay? And if you include a range of those techniques and your text makes sense, it reads really well, it flows, it's got an interesting beginning and ending, you've got paragraphs, okay? You've got the correct spelling, grammar, punctuation, then you will have achieved your learning question for today, okay? So I really want to see you have a really good go at this year 4. I'm really excited to see what you come up with for your writing, because we haven't done writing in a long while, and I know you had to go at the comprehension task, but you had to come up with questions for that, didn't you? So this time you've got the freedom to write a short story, a short piece of text, from your own imagination. So I'm really excited for this. But please make sure that you're including all of these things in your writing, okay? Because it is still a written piece of work that I'll be looking at, because I want to see how much you've remembered, how much you've learnt from reading the comprehension texts, okay? So I want to see you try your best. Okay, so I chose the sentence opener. You find a door at the end of the garden. What do you do? So I'm going to have a quick go at writing the introduction to that sentence starter. Now, you don't have to use that sentence starter. You can just use it as a writing prompt. Okay, so using it as a writing prompt means that you don't have to include it in your own piece of writing. You use it to help you to get some inspiration. Okay, so I'm going to write it on the board behind me. I won't let you watch me whilst I'm writing it out, so I'll write it out and then I'll come back and explain what I have done, okay? So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've just written a short piece for my introduction to my text, and in red I have underlined all the different literary techniques that I know that we've learnt in literacy and from yesterday's lesson in my text. So I've picked it out so you can see how much I have actually used from the things I already know. Okay, so I walked slowly to the green rusty door. So slowly is an adverb, it describes the way that I'm walking, and green rusty door is an expanded noun phrase because I'm using two adjectives to describe my noun, which is the door. I carefully, another adverb, reached out and grasped the bronze handle. It was as cold as ice. So I've used it was as cold as ice and to demonstrate how cold it was when I touched the handle. And that's an example of a simile. Then is my temporal conjunction. So I've used it to explain what is going to happen after that. As quiet as a mouse, a simile. So I've compared myself to a mouse because I'm quiet. I pushed the door open. Bang! So there's my onomatopoeia. Bang. One of my mum's bright blue. So I've got my alliteration of B for bright and blue. Pots cracked open. I nearly jumped out of my skin. So I nearly jumped out of my skin is an example of showing you, not telling you, that I was surprised. Okay, so it made me jump. I was shocked at what happened. Okay, so I would like you to have a go at something similar to what I have done. I'm going to write your short piece of writing, and then I would like you to pick out any features that you know of in your text as an extra challenge if you think you're up to it, okay? Okay, so hopefully you've had a really good go at writing your text. Your challenge for today is very similar to the one that I've just set about picking out key features. I just want you to try and edit and improve your writing. So read over, correct any spelling mistakes, add any punctuation that you think you need. If you want to change a word for a synonym to make it better or more interesting, this is your chance to do it in your challenge, okay? So I want you to have a really good go editing and improving your work. Now, some children, when I set this challenge for your writing task, did a really good job of it. I know Isabella Pass did it and she picked out with a highlighter where she made her changes. So again, use a different colour. Write all over your text, it's fine, do not worry about it. If you'd rather, type it out on a computer or a tablet if that's easier for you, and show me where you've made your changes. It'd be great to see the things that you have done to improve your writing, okay? And on a final note, I'm going to reuse 3 stars and a wish. So 3 things that went well in today's lesson and 1 thing that you would change or do differently. So do you think that you would change the writing prompt? Would you have wanted to have chosen a different one? Did you think that you really liked the fact that you tried really hard to include as many literary features as possible? Did you like the fact that you used a different word to make a sentence more exciting? Okay, so have a go at doing 3 stars and a wish. And I can't wait to see what you come up with. I am really excited for this task. And I wish you the best of luck and hope that you try your best. And as always, please send in photos of your work. I love to see what you've been getting up to, and I've been so impressed so far with the efforts that you have gone to with your writing and your home learning. So please keep it up for me, Year 4, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.